All right, good evening, everyone. This is Meteorologist Grace Thornton here at KVUE News. I just posted a little shout out on my Instagram to see if we can get some more people to join our live here this evening. But yeah, we're basically just going to go over the rest of the weekend forecast. I know it's Saturday, basically by tomorrow morning the weekend will almost be over, but that's okay. It's going to be a beautiful next week here in Austin, Texas. We do have some rain chances on the way, unfortunately, but also fortunately. We need the rain here, but of course, you know, sometimes the rain can give us some issues with our plans. So let's actually just start off what we're dealing with for this evening. It's become a really nice evening here in Austin, Texas. Here's a look out at Lake Travis. I don't see many boaters out there. Maybe time for all of them to have gone home, but certainly a nice look out there. We have had kind of an overcast day at times, but at other times it's been pretty sunny, pretty bright, and actually been pretty nice outside. We did get quite warm this afternoon. We'll take a check on those high temperatures that we saw here in just a minute, but actually want to take a view of downtown as well. So downtown's looking pretty nice at the moment. Again, you can see a couple of those clouds out there, but it seems like people are just kind of strumming along, having a nice evening out there. It looks pretty good to me. All right, so for this evening, we are going to see some good temperatures. Really won't get too cool out there. Actually, let me pull up our current temperatures here in the metro, and I'll get to showing you guys here in just a few seconds. Here we go. Yeah, here's our Max 1 computer with all of our weather information on it. Current temperature is sitting in the 70s, mostly the upper 70s. We got some 80s on there. Westlake 81, 80 in Oak Hill, and South Austin looking at 81 as well. If we span out a touch, we will see basically the same thing. 70s and 80s on the map out there towards LaGrange. I know you guys are going to be a warm spot. So really a nice start to the night. I will say though, Texas in general is quite active. Not here in central Texas, of course, but all across Texas, we are really seeing quite a show of weather this evening. So we've got actually a tornado watch all through this area. Well, technically not Texas, all through this area of south and eastern New Mexico here. So that's a tornado watch. We also have a little tornado watch out towards, you know, the east end of Dallas here, really more so over towards that bottom end of Arkansas. You guys know, if you watch me on air, I forget my state names all the time. I promise I know them, and I did major in geography, so I know this stuff, but you know, sometimes you just kind of draw a blank. I know that I am way better than half the United States. I can probably beat anyone in a test. Anyway, rest of the activity that we have going on here is going to be actually a severe thunderstorm watch out towards really west of San Angelo, majorly or mostly out towards West Texas in Odessa, Midland, that Pecos area as well. You can see a severe thunderstorm warning actually just to the east here of Pecos. That's going to be going on for probably a little while longer. And then down towards Fort Stockton, this dark red here, this is actually a flood warning. Looks like we've got some good rainfall coming out of that system there in that storm. Probably some good hail as well being made out of these stronger storms that are starting to form up out there. So to the south of Kermit, that's going to be along Interstate 20 there. So if you got friends out in West Texas this evening, they may be dealing with some very hefty weather, but unfortunately, not us here in Austin. There's really not too much that's very interesting on our map. Let's actually take a look at our radar here. Zooming on in. Yep, we see a little bit of activity out there if you look real close. I know our friends up in, I believe it's Taos, Texas, to the north of Lake Buchanan there. Our one friend David up there, he always lets us know when it's raining. I know it rained up there a little bit earlier on today. Llano also seeing a bit of rain. Not too much in the heavy variety, but there are a couple of downpours that might kind of catch you off guard here. I've gotten some tweets from some people. I've seen some viewers say that these showers are only falling for about 3 minutes time and then just kind of passing on. So not too much activity, but just enough to keep us interested, honestly. So yeah, not much going on. And as we, you know, I actually predicted that we were going to dry out around 8 p.m. and now it's 8:10 and most of us are dry across the region. Here in Travis County, also very dry out there. But it won't be like that forever. So let's actually take a look into the next couple of days here, because we are expecting to see those rain chances increase a little bit. Here, we'll take you off that white screen and we'll put you back up here. We are expected to see some more rainfall here in the next few days. Now, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, not going to see a whole ton. It's really Tuesday evening that we'll be watching for some more isolated to even scattered activity out there. Most of Tuesday will be pretty cloudy and also pretty breezy ahead of that next system that is going to be moving through mostly Wednesday, but also a touch of Thursday morning could also see some activity as well. So throughout your Sunday, let's take a look there. 89 degrees expected for that high temperature tomorrow. I think I can pull up our hourly forecast for the day tomorrow. Here we go. We'll load that up really quickly. Oh, this is the hourly forecast for tonight, actually. You know, as I've switched from the morning show over to these evening shows, none of my graphics are equipped for the next day. They're all equipped for the next couple of hours, because in the mornings I focus mostly on kind of getting you guys to work and school, and during the evenings we focus on the other half, basically. You know, what you're going to do in the evening, what you're going to, you know, settle down, what you need to pay attention to when you got evening plans, dinner plans, stuff like that. So I'm kind of all flip-flopped this evening, but I'm glad you guys are here with me. All right, let's look into Sunday afternoon. This is what I'm trying to show everyone here. So by about 12 p.m., looking across the map, you'll see some shower activity, some clouds out there. I think tomorrow will look very, very similar to what we dealt with for today. There's 12 p.m. Now as we shift a little bit further, likely into about 4 or 3 p.m., those temperatures really starting to work their way up. Upper 80s, expected to be about 90 for many of those areas across town. So up towards Llano and Mason, I know you guys are going to be warming up. You guys always warm up all the way to 90 or even above. But here in Austin Metro, probably getting to 88 or 89 degrees. Now, let's kind of shift even further into Monday. Looks like Monday morning will feel also very similar to the past couple of days. Low level clouds, southeasterly flow, possibility for some fog as well as maybe some drizzle out there. That kind of always happens when we get that southeasterly flow in our region. And that's really about as far as our high resolution data will let us go. However, of course, we're talking about rain chances over the next week or so. And Tuesday into Wednesday is really when we're going to see this rain chance become more confident, we'll say. I won't say that we're really expecting any major impacts at this point. We're just a little bit too far out. But you can see Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, most of that day, it's going to be pretty dry out there. We're going to see mostly dry conditions. Now Tuesday, we will have the possibility of some storms in the evening. I'm not exactly sure where this model takes from and what it considers Tuesday morning and Tuesday evening, but it's not really showing that populating over Austin. At least it's kind of giving way to those showers and storms that will be in the northwest region a little bit earlier on in the day. But I do think Austin will feel some sort of rain at a time on Tuesday, likely Tuesday evening. So we'll pull that a little bit closer here for you guys. And then Wednesday, of course, that is like the day that we have the most confidence in the forecast that we will see some rain, some sort of rain here in Austin, Texas, likely in the form of showers or some thunderstorms. Now, I say thunderstorms because we do already have a chance. Oh, this is messy, messy, messy. This always happens to this graphic. We'll take that down. We'll put you up here. We'll do some live editing. This always happens with this graphic. It kind of forgets where it is. I will say. Annoyingly, you could just never save it. Here we go. This is what I wanted to show. So taking that full again, you'll see that Tuesday and Wednesday. This is already what the National Weather Service has given us, or the Storm Prediction Center rather, has already given us for a storm outlook. So we have about a 15% chance for some thunderstorms, the possibility of severe weather there outlined in the yellow. Now, you'll notice that is mostly north of Austin. So why I'm showing this is just to show you that we basically have that possibility of things arriving. Now, this is also quite far out, like I already said. Now, we have the highest confidence in rain for Wednesday. However, that severe weather tends to kind of clip our area, usually heads up towards Dallas, or just kind of stays intact into the hill country and then falls apart as it heads to Austin. You guys all know about that Austin rain dome as well as I do. But it's something we're watching. Of course, these polygons could shrink or get bigger or move up towards the northeast or even sink further south over the next couple of days. So basically just something to watch as we kind of head into the next few days here. I do think that we're going to be seeing some sort of activity come Wednesday. And that will also trail into Thursday too. So you know, we're watching some more activity as we head into this week. So let's actually look at that 7-day forecast for everybody so we can kind of get a feel of what we're going to be dealing with here over the next couple of days. And then we'll kind of go back over tonight's forecast, and then I'll hop out of your hair for the rest of the evening. You guys can join us at the 10 p.m. show. That'll be live on KVUE tonight. All right, 7-day forecast. You know, the rest of this weekend, rain chances are going to kind of be no big deal. It'll be very similar tomorrow as to what we saw today. Just a couple of sprinkles throughout the day, very fast moving, aren't going to be washout conditions, shouldn't ruin any outdoor plans or anything like that. That's why we have that 10% chance for Sunday and Monday, just to kind of cover our butts in a way, because there will be that sparse chance for a shower tomorrow and Monday. Temperatures also very, very warm for our Sunday and Monday afternoon, 89 degrees or up to 90 degrees. Any way you slice it, it is going to be quite warm out there. Now with the cloud cover moving in on Tuesday, we'll see some lower temperatures, especially for the afternoon. We'll tack that down to about 87 degrees. Now, I don't think we're going to see a ton of rainfall for most of Tuesday, but Tuesday evening there is that sparse, oh my gosh, what a word am I trying to say? There is a stray chance for an evening shower or thunderstorm. And then Wednesday, that's going to be our main day of confidence for possible showers, thunderstorms, maybe the possibility of severe weather like I just showed you guys on our map there. So those Wednesday and then Thursday, you know, it's got to make its way out of here. So Wednesday night, we'll be seeing those showers and storms. Thursday morning, we got to get those showers and storms out of here. So there will be a touch of moisture kind of still left for the morning hours that could result in a couple of showers or thunderstorms, mostly out towards the east end, I would believe, or the northeast end, depending on where these storms decide to go. That is way too far out for us to know right now, but that's just kind of tends to be how things go around this time of year and in this place. So I have been tracking weather here for quite some time, about 3 years now. So I do know a little something, not everything. And then next weekend, looks like we'll be drying things out. We still, of course, have those isolated chances. Those are going to continue well through May. I mean, you guys know as much as I do that, you know, we got April showers, we got May showers. Heck, we even have the start of hurricane season end of May. So it really takes a while for us to get rid of those daily rain chances here, especially in the springtime. We don't really see us go to zero and go all the way up to those hundreds until we get to kind of the tail end of June. There really is a week there, that third week of June, where we tend to see a big heat wave across Austin, Texas. We start to see those triple digits, you know, really coming one after another. And then we'll see what July and August hold this year. But, you know, it's Texas, it's Central Texas. I do think it's going to be another warm, hot summer, unfortunately. It's already been a very hot spring, above average spring. All right, let's take one last look at our radar this evening, because I think it is quite interesting, especially if you got friends and family out towards West Texas tonight. You want to be taking care of them and making sure they are all good and dandy. So this is out towards the Midland, Odessa, mainly south or a little bit west of that area. Pecos, Texas, along I-20. There's a pretty big storm there that is severe warned. maybe causing trouble for some drivers out there. That's going to continue until 9:15 for those areas tonight. And that one south of Fort Stockton there, that's going to continue until 8:45. It looks like that one is, getting a bit weaker, a bit faster. Or these two areas actually might be in different time zones. I'll have to check on that. But yeah, so we got activity out towards West Texas. That pink area that you see right there, that is a severe thunderstorm watch, and the smaller orange polygons within the pink are going to be severe thunderstorm warnings. There's a big difference between a watch and a warning. A watch, you're just kind of watching for it, and a warning, it's already happening, and you gotta look out the window or look at your radar. Not much going on in the Texas Panhandle tonight, but then on the opposite end of Texas, over towards Texarkana here, we have another severe alert, we'll say. This is actually a tornado watch, because some of these storms out towards Arkansas actually have a little bit of spin on them. We had one tornado warning out with this line a little bit earlier on, but that has expired. And then here in Austin, our sweet little showers. So hopefully your gardens are just soaking up a little bit more moisture as we head into the night here. Again, temperatures sitting in the lower 80s, 70s for most of us at the moment. As we head overnight tonight, we are going to see those temperatures continue to fall, but not fall very far. Hourly forecast here, we maintain a very small 20% chance for just showers. Basically what we're seeing right now could be going on for another couple hours or so. I do think we're going to be mostly dry after we head past about 9-10 p.m. tonight. I even thought we'd be mostly dry by now, but I guess I was wrong. We're always wrong. And then extending into tomorrow morning, we drop down to 69 for that low temperature morning low. So, we'll also see a lot of low level clouds around. I don't think we're totally going to see a lot of, fog tomorrow. It looks very patchy at best, or isolated to patchy, very, very sparse from what our models are hinting at for tomorrow. So I think you will be good to go if you're headed out early tomorrow morning. Very light rain if there is any, and it will be passing on quickly. Shouldn't be an issue for any of you guys heading out and about tomorrow. So yeah, the end of our Sunday, or the end of our weekend here, does look very good. For tomorrow, just be expecting another round of very warm temperatures, muggy conditions. Again, morning hours will be a little bit more cloudy. We'll see some more breaks of sunshine by Sunday afternoon. And then heading into Monday, things are looking about the same. Again, if you want to tune in tomorrow night, I'll be back on here around 8 p.m. or so to kind of give updates on what has changed in our forecast models, what exactly we're expecting for the rest of the week. And of course, we're watching that area of interest on Wednesday for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. That's going to be our main day. May actually issue a weather alert. We'll see here. It is a big mouthful. Weather impact alert day. And that's what we call them here. So basically, we just want to let you guys know that there's weather to be impacting you that day, and we'll see if it does. We're still a little bit too far out to say for sure, but of course we'll get you guys all those details. Again, I'm meteorologist Grace Thornton. You guys can catch us again. Our 10 p.m. show airs on KView at 10 p.m. with me, Corey, and Darrenisha. You got all your news and weather updates that you can for your Saturday night. We'll see you over there.